another edition of Cannabis in Canada. This is Jason Wilcox reporting out of British Columbia, Canada. We're going to continue on. We're going to talk a little bit. First, I should announce that the 2-liter promotion's over for the 2-liter bottles. These ones here that we were sending out. This particular promo is over. Now this is both massive and finisher, so we're going to talk a little bit about these products. For those that had a chance to get them, good on you. I hope you enjoy the product, and I'm looking forward to hearing any feedback. I certainly enjoy the product. Also, some interesting things I found out about a few of the things about the products. With Massive, it's been common for growers to report an increase of like 30% in growth. Which is quite phenomenal because it's consistent with CO2. It's also been suggested that the compounds in the breakdown of Massive, for whatever reason, actually assists in the production of CO2, or in the uptake of it. So I'm not quite sure how all that plays out in coming to that size. The L-amino acids are precursors or activators of photohormones and growth substances, enhancing the levels of terpenes, flavonoids, and alkaloids. So basically, your terpenoids and your flavonoids is basically your flavor and your taste. Terpenes is that smell, that aroma you get off any plant. If you go organic, it'll probably get stronger. And your flavonoids is that taste. If you really have an organic smoke that's been flushed properly, you'll have a distinct taste, usually a blueberry or a pine taste, distinctive to that particular strain. And that's kind of what has driven me towards Massive. One more thing that really stood out for me, and this was the fact that I never knew Massive, because I've always been, and people know this, for 2 years, promoting using a PK spike. It's something that is important, and what comes with Massive is that they have their NPK levels, their phosphorus and their potassium spike, leading to a fuller, more substantial flowers. So they already have this planned out. This was already done in advance to look at putting the potassium and the phosphorus levels up, to adequate levels, to equate to basically a PK spike. It's just not calling it that. And Massive is also known around the world. It's known in Australia and various other places, and it can be used as even a standalone in some cases. Some people have used that in Australia apparently, and have had a lot of success. There's also a lot of balanced nutrients. We have zinc, copper, various sheltered forms of different things, trace elements. There's a lot of stuff just in Massive alone. So when we look at what can this little bottle do? Well, for a very small crop, this could last you for probably 3 or 4 crops actually. But for a larger crop, that's fine. You're using 20 mils, per gallon, is what this bottle calls for. So, which usually will bring you up. This is the reason you need to be alert to this too, is that there's 400 ppm. So when you go up 400 ppm, if you're using an A and B solution that runs you at 1300 ppm, you don't want to add 400. It'll take you up way, way too high. You don't really want to be at 1300 ppm to begin with. You really want to kind of be down around 1000. So what I've chosen to do is I actually use Massive during my watering phase, and I use my carboloads during my watering phase, and then I leave my other nutrients to work that way. Even though they may work in concert together, it's more of a test that I'm going through. But it's something I wanted to talk about Massive, and of course with its numbers, they speak for themselves. You got a 2.8, you got 1 for your nitrogen, and then 1.5, and then 2.8, which is okay. Just to close out with Massive here, we want to make sure that we cover everything that the promo's over. We do have a new one coming up. Stay tuned. When the new one comes up, it will be free as well, and I'm not sure of how the mailing and all that will work, but we'll certainly announce it. So officially now the promo for this is over, and that's the information on Massive, and I'm going to do a separate little 7 or 8 minute segment for Finisher. So we'll see you in the next movie. Cheers.